There you goes. Okay. So this is kind of a reboot of a
I
reboot.
know our best days are yet to come.
So we have gone from 488 active plugins to 303. So
I don't
I've
think my
managed to
shot is ready
remove
to tell you how great of a father you are,
185
but we're
active
going to
plugins
anyway.
from the mod list.
Isn't that right?
We're going to start a
Isn't that
new
right?
game
Isn't that
on
right?
survival, and we're going to see exactly what that does for us. Not expecting a lot. As a matter of fact, I may be just talking for no reason because it'll crash in the next 10 minutes or whatever, and then I'll have to go back to the drawing board. But we shall see. Now, I removed basically, if you know what the mod lists look like, when you're looking at Mod Organizer, it's broken up into different sections. So each one has a separator. You know, you have your root section, your gameplay, your patches, your body files, your everything like that. So what I did was I said, let me go in section by section and just eliminate the frills, the fluff, and say, okay, we're going to strip it down and remove what I don't particularly think is necessary, or, things that like I'll see it and I'll go, wait a minute, you know what? I don't even care about that. And literally, I'm sure there were more than 185 files that I could have said, I really don't care about that. But some files I left just because of the theme of the mod pack itself. It's like, well, I don't want to lose all of the look and feel of it. So what I'm going to do is we'll pause real quick here, and then I'll come back, and I'll come back when it's time to when this is finally loaded. It took a while the last time too, so it's not. I don't think it's the what I removed. I just think it takes a while right here. Okay, so 2 hours later, not really, but they're going close. I tell you that. Um,
Bunch of our old holotape recordings.
I don't like the darkness. I haven't gotten so we are down to 291 active plugins. Of course,
Can you get that?
we still
It's
have
probably that
to
salesman. He comes for you every day.
figure a lot of stuff
Good
out.
morning. Vaultec calling.
Look, whatever you're selling, I'm not buying.
Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying.
Oh, no worries, sir. No worries at all. I'm not selling anything. Not today. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
Maybe I just don't want to talk to you.
Maybe I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, you do. Now, I know you're a busy fellow, so I won't take up much of your time. Time being a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
Wait, and there's room for my family? All of them?
But there's room for my entire family, right?
Of course, of course. Minus your robot, naturally. In fact, you're already cleared for entrance. It's just a matter of verifying some information. Don't want there to be any holdups in the unforeseen event of total atomic annihilation. Won't take but a moment.
Tell me a little bit more about this vault.
Tell me more about this vault.
Oh, it has all the amenities of the modern home, I assure you. Not to mention total protection from nuclear radiation and hostile mutants. A better future underground. It's not only our mission, it's our passion.
All right, fine.
Sure, let's do it.
Splendid! Splendid. Now, let's see. Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
Especially since
Good answer.
I have my moments. We really need to get those vacation photos developed.
Mr. Brooks, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that paternal affection you seem to be so good at.
You heard Codsworth. Go on.
Wonder what Sean will grow up to be.
How are the two most important men in my life doing? Spin the mobile a bit. He loves that.
Uh-oh.
Hey, how's my little guy? Much better now, huh? Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Will it be like that night in the park a year ago? Right before Sean got here?
Will it be like that night in the park a year ago?
Sir? Mum? You should come and see this!
Codsworth, what's wrong?
All right. So what we're seeing right now is,
followed by, yes,
unfortunately,
followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation. We seem to have lost contact with our affiliate stations. we do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
Oh my god.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
I've got Sean. Let's go.
Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered, evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
it's not nighttime. I think I removed a mod. I didn't need to, but I think it actually was controlling the sunlight coming through. So it was a mistake on my part, but it didn't sound like a mod that was actually truly needed. But also in removing it, unless you replace it with something that it was actually probably overwriting before, then there's nothing in its place. And I think that's where what we're seeing right now is that's why you can't see anything. I don't think it was intended that this is as dark as it's supposed to be right now.
That's absurd! I am
Not on the list. You don't get
I'm
in.
going in. You can't shove me! Die! Okay. I'm reporting this!
If you're in the program, step forward. Otherwise, return home.
Tell me if you're registered. If you're not, you don't get in.
We're not in the program.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Good luck, ma'am.
Head to the
God
elevator.
help us all.
me. Come on.
What's gonna happen to all those people outside the
We're doing
gate?
everything we
This
can.
way.
Now keep moving. Step on the platform in the center.
You see this here?
Sir, we
So
need to send you
what
down
this
to
is
the
telling
vault.
me is
Step
immersive
on the
containers is
platform.
not working right now, even though it is loaded. Okay, and then I don't play without immersive containers. That just doesn't happen.
All right, that's it. Send it down.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
Oh my God!
Hold on.
Oh God! Oh God!
We did it. We made it. We're okay.
Everyone, please step off the elevator and proceed up the stairs in an orderly fashion.
No need to worry, folks. We'll get everyone situated in your new home. Vault 111. A better future underground.
So we just...
Yes, up the stairs.
Is here for you.
Minute
All
later.
new residents.
No,
Please
don't
proceed
get caught up
in
thinking
an
about
orderly
that.
fashion.
You're safe now.
Welcome home.
Female and good. Step over to the table. Take a seat. Just step over to the table. This way,
Thanks.
please.
What now?
Just follow the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me.
It's
See?
down the hallway right there.
This is our new home.
Oh, you're gonna love it here. This is one of our most advanced facilities. Not that the others aren't great, mind you.
So the thing is, I could try to
Our home. Welcome. Everything.
close out,
My mother and father
readjust
couldn't-
the load order real quick.
But honey, how long do you think
It's
we'll be
just
down
that
here?
it takes
I know
about
this
20
We'll be
minutes for
going
this
over
game
all that
to
in
load.
orientation. Just a few medical items we have to get through first.
Just checking
everyone
everyone
So-
off the list as they come in.
After, you know, this is probably what the fourth or fifth time that I'm trying to load this game today.
hope you'll see this as your new home.
So you can see we are done
Just step in here and
trying to
your
load
vault's
this
done.
thing.
Who's my little guy? I'm not going far. I'll just be over there.
There he is, see?
The pod will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault. Just relax.
Time for a whole new life.
Resident secure. Occupant Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, this is what it is. This is sadly me letting you guys know that this is where we just can't go any further with this. It's another one in a, and it's incredibly frustrating in a sense, because it's another great idea but poorly executed. And it's like, yeah, it's something you sit there and you look and you go, man, this sounds awesome. And then the problem becomes,
Override initiated.
hold on a sec.
Cryogenic stasis.
You see how slow this is too.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Am I outside the thing?
Are we okay?
Yeah.
Almost.
Look at that. I'm outside of this.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Come here.
I'm close enough I can hit him.
No, I got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
God damn it. Get the kid out of here. Let's go. At least we still have
Look,
the back.
he had to look past me. He had to look past me and push me out of the way, basically, in order to look inside the cryo chamber.
Cryogenic array. Alt residents must vacate immediately.
Come on! There has to be a release! Come on, come on, come on! Oh, God!
Cryogenic array. Alt residents must vacate.
I'll find who did this. And I'll get Sean back. I promise. I'm not a doctor. Actually, I'll be back later.
He's not a doctor. So, like right here, you see, now, this is what I always talk about every time, right? When I see something like this, and then I can't interact with it, I can't activate it, I can't loot it, that is the most aggravating thing known to man for me, right? It's the most triggering, and to tell you the truth, your game has to be, you know, in order for me to even want to keep playing it. Has to just, there has to be something else about your game. So so you can see as I pass by, there's no reason to go in here at this point. There's no reason to actually even stop to do anything in this game at this point, right? I got to get the baton, come over here, get this stim pack, right? There's nothing. So you can just, to me, this is nothing.
Giant roaches? What the hell?
So again, like I said, although I'm grabbing a bunch of stuff and I'm doing whatever, look, see? Can't interact with them. There's nothing. It's just stupid to me. But the whole point right here is you see, you didn't eliminate it. 90% of what I do in the vault. There's no reason to even go through the vault anymore, except to get out. That's it. So to me, if you were to ask me, I'd say the implementation of what was
Where is everyone?
what we were trying to do here, and it's just basically it's just poorly done. And what I mean by poorly done is, and then please, in the in the comments below, you tell me that you managed to get this mod list to play start to finish, right? That you managed to do a whole playthrough using this list. The problem isn't solely just getting the list up and running, and the
Nice.
the
Coming back later for you.
the problem is getting a stable list that you can do a complete playthrough with. Who cares if I can get it up and running at least once, and then all of a sudden, by the time I get to hit the wrong. So who cares if by the time I get to Concord, it's glitching out on me and everything, right? So right now, it's what you want a list that you can jump into. Oh shoot. God dang it, man. And then, see, for me, the potential for this list is very high. I like some of the additions, some of the things that, you know, was put into this list. What I don't like, though, is the incredible amount of fluff. And don't get me wrong, I may have, along in my reduction phase, right, trying to reduce, I've reduced almost 200 mods. Not mods, but actual plugins, right? So, in, I could have been a little overzealous and reduced way too many. That is a possibility. It's just that I'm not willing to tolerate just how unstable. And I guess the frustration is every single mod list we try, it works for a minute. And to me, it's like, who cares if you get it to load? It only worked for a minute. I want to know if someone who's got the mod list to work for, an entire playthrough. Because right now, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for something that we can go and play the entire way through. And you can't. All these lists become unstable at some point or another. It's just a matter of when, right? The sad part about this list is that we could barely get out of Sanctuary before we started seeing issues. And I think we did make it to Concord once, right? Near Concord. We didn't go, well, we might have actually gone in and come back. So, but that's it. And then most of the other lists at least are stable with, in the two introductory training locations, right? Concord and Sanctuary. Most of the list stays, or at least stable there. It's the closer you get to Diamond City and then downtown, where all of a sudden you lose all stability. Now, what's interesting is whatever I did, we got the gate back and we got the floor back. You remember for a minute there, that would disappear. So again,
And thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
I'm not overly mad at the look and feel and the wanted changes in the game. I'm just mad at the execution. I'm mad at how much fluff is in there, how many extra added things were put in there. Right now, we know Workshop is not working. Right, we got an error message right at the beginning as soon as we opened up. Workshop is not working, and it said because of certain mods have been removed. So we know there's an issue there. What we also know is that we are experiencing incredibly long load times for just about everything. And to me, that's your first indicator, right there that your stability is shot. You got no stability. This game is not going to be stable. I wish I was wrong. I wish I could just say, "All right, let me go back in, let me add or actually reinstall a couple of mods to see if I can fix a couple of things, and then come back and next thing you know, the game is all stable. Stable as all get up." I just don't think that's even a possibility here. Now, I still think 200 plus plugins is just insane, and I we like to think, oh, we can get past this. The game will let us get past it, but that's not the case. Even when with Starfield, even though I've got some, I had pushed the list beyond 180, 190 um active plugins for it, along with creations. Eventually, I still had to go back and cut it down in order to get stability back. Just the more you add to it, the more unstable it becomes. And it's it's a shame. So this is more than likely going to be the last episode for this particular um, playthrough. I know I had someone in the comments was like, "Here's hoping for a very long, long, long playthrough," and I'm like, tomorrow's promised to no one, but in truth, I was hoping for it too. It's just knowing the stability issues, knowing just how problematic this particular playlist has been for us. And here's what we're left with. So, like right now, this is what you see what I'm looking at right here. So we got rain. I can't see the rain. We got Vault 11 up here on the screen. Something. Okay, here we go. So it's not even this rain. I don't know if it's the rain or if it's the stuff that's trying to load on the screen and everything. See, thanks for installing AFT. You're welcome. Now, that took a while to load. So, we got backpacks here. We got a skeleton. Now, we're going to look around at some stuff. Now, I came over here because I want to look at this box. I'm trying to get this folder out of my way. See? If immersive containers was working, this box would have something in it. The reason I needed to look at that, you see we got this stuff here. Now these wouldn't, because they're added by a mod. And so they're not part of the leveled list that immersive containers would have, would affect. So this is a camp. Here's a machete. This note, remember we saw this already, right? This is a note. This guy basically was here and then shot everybody in the camp. Okay. Now, again, if immersive containers was working, there'd be loot in here. Now, this. Right. I didn't remove these. I should have though, because they're a waste of time. I did build the gardener robot, and that was a waste of time. He didn't do anything. He didn't do any gardening. He just ran around out of control. Had to keep resetting them. So you got this over here. I don't even know if I'm gonna pick up the other robots, because there's one here. This is Mr. Tidy. You got the birdie bird here now, right? So these are extra added things, right? You got, there's another robot over there. I don't care to go get him. So you can see they made kind of a camp here. There's another robot there. I don't really want him. And again, for me, like I said, this is a situation where I'm gonna go. I just want to see what Sanctuary looks like, because remember we removed the wood mods from Sanctuary. I removed them. I'm trying to get my Pip-Boy up. Mistake on my part. All right, so we can see the TSS MR did work. The Soul Survivor military record did work, and now you're probably wondering, well, if you're not gonna play, why are you? Because it's habit with me, right? That, you know, it's one of those things you do. You know, it's like, it doesn't matter if I'm gonna play or not. This is what I do. This is my routine. So okay. No, it's just thinking. Okay, see, immersive containers could be something in these cannons, right? And then, like I said, for me, it's a trigger. It, you know, I would be just consistently triggered throughout the entire playthrough for everything that I came up on that I felt should be lootable, that isn't, right? And that would be, in my opinion, just way too annoying and frustrating played through. But it's interesting that you know who these people are, right? That guy that was messing with his suitcase. I like that they actually put that there. See, like I said, there's a lot of potential here. All right. interesting there's something in these boxes. The reason I say that. Okay, now see, immersive containers is working here. Because as you know, normally there isn't food up. So it's selective. Now, it's either because you see that? So why did it not work at the vault? Unless because that whole vault area has become a nope, I'm not gonna say that because if I'm not mistaken, it did work the other time. So for some reason. Well, that was very delayed. You want to come out? Okay. So, there it is. Took him a while to dig his way through there. Because one of the things I was concerned with is, you know, the clipping, the possible clipping because of the mod. Once we got back to Sanctuary. So I had taken it out because I thought we were going to have issues with it. But apparently, nope, not a single issue there. And you see, that is why now it's even more disappointing, right? Because even though it's making us believe, oh, wait, no. What's our weight? Making us believe that right now, yeah, things are kind of moving kind of smoothly for us. But that's just luring us in and, you know, getting our hopes up. Like, as we go back and say, okay, well, things are starting to work the way they're supposed to. You know, just that the vault didn't work. You know, the stuff around the vault didn't work the way it was supposed to. And the stuttering, you know, can you be okay with that and get used to it? Which is interesting, to say the least. It's just oh, it's a legendary too. Back up, back up, back up. Very slow in the melee. That's for sure. Extremely see this here? How long are we gonna sit here with this? Okay.
Don't think I can pick this.
It's yeah. It was thinking. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the weather effect. You know, I am not mad at the way things are looking right now. What I'm mad at is how unstable it is, how rough it's, how rough everything is. And trust me, it doesn't feel stable. And, all the hitching, just, it's kind of ridiculous. And then, now, I will say, I do like the aesthetic, right? So this mod, I like the way the floor looks. I like, I do like that. It is nice. But if I had to choose, right? If you're asking me, would I rather have the floor look like it looks, right? Or have this to be more fluid, right? Without this hitch. I'll take the fluidity. I'll take not having this hitch, right? I'd take a more stable game. You can keep this aesthetic stuff if it's bogging down my game. I'm not saying that that's what's causing this, right? It could be anything of 100 things, that's causing whatever we're seeing. But what I'm saying is the trade-off of adding in all those things, all the things to change the sounds, to change the look of something, to change the terrain, to change the trees, and things along those lines. Okay, yeah, this is a great storm, right? At what cost? You know what I mean? Because the storm is not this rain is not your gameplay, right? That game. The rain is not quest, is not storyline, is nothing. It's just fluff added on top. You can now use the workshop, the sanctuary, but we already know that right now. And then remember, I'm trying to craft, but the one thing that I just remembered is what workshop is broken. But hey, if it's gonna let me, I'm gonna do it. So, back to it. We tried. Really? So if you're wondering what I just did, I hit the back button. That's kind of the cook all button. So like if you have enough to make multiple, you hit that instead, and then it'll cook through everything. So there we go. We got that. I was thinking we were done for already, to be honest with you. It takes so long to transition back. And then the sound is in and out. 'Cause well, how many seconds delay was that? Oh gosh. The other two will be on me before this one finishes. So herein lies our problem, right? The potential, again, like I said, the potential. Where's my flashlight? Oh god, that's not. There it is. How do you not know where that? Okay. Where are you coming? Where are you coming from? So everybody should know where we are now. Right? There's no way we're hiding from Codsworth at this point. But everything's so dark, I have to put that on. So, yes, it's interesting, right? So immersive containers works when it wants to, not all the time. There's usually a body right there with a gun. Hmm. All right. Holy cow. What time of day is it? 2:43 in the afternoon. Seriously.
Perfect.
Crazy Earl's scrapyard is working. Hmm. Somebody, so many comments. Tell me what's going on with the Browns. Is Shadur hurt or is he on the outs again? Right? Is the Browns actively trying to just tank their franchise by doing the dumbest moves and choices possible? Okay, so I think this is where we finally just we draw that line in the sand with this guy here. So if you look, you just see what could have been, what should have been, and what really was. Just they don't marry up. They don't marry up to one another. And it's just an extreme unfortunate thing, right? As much as I want this list to actually work, as much as I wanted to play this list, it I gotta be honest with you. I mean, for all the great things that it has, there's just so much fluff. There's so many different things, and you know, if someone hadn't also commented that that they tried and it just utterly failed for them too, then I would think then I would think it was me or my computer that just couldn't handle it. And it's possible maybe this list was made for top of the line, state of the art computer. And but I hope when people are putting together these, because and then this goes to the authors, right? I hope when you're putting together these lists that you actually are playing them through, and conducting kind of a full playthrough yourself, knowing that the mods are going to work and interact together. And because again, the lists become kind of gaudy. The word that comes to me is gaudy. So much fluff, so much stuff on top, so much opulence that it isn't really worth anything underneath. And the instability of it really says a lot. You it's like these big promises of grandeur and everything, gold plated everything. Everything's gold plated, crystal chandeliers, all that. And then your toilet don't work. You know what I'm saying? So you tell me, you want the gold plated or you want your toilet to actually work. So it's frustrating, right? Because we're trying to find one. We are trying to find one that actually works. And right now, the most stable list, the two most stable lists that I've actually played with are the NSF lists, the NSFW lists, right? Uh, Parabellum for Fallout, and so far, Telsera for Skyrim, right? They're both intended. Now, unfortunately, Parabellum is not supported and is no longer, available to download, so nobody can get it. So the only time you'll see it is if I'm playing it. And then Telsera, it's a very small list, and but right now it works beautifully. And it's these other lists out there, the 200 gigabyte list, and all that you download, and it's like, okay, it's working, and then all of a sudden it's not. You know what I mean? And it works, and it works until you actually need to tax it a little bit when you get into the more populated areas. And, I got Fallout Anomaly started, kept work just fine until I got what? Until I got down into close to Diamond City. Um, Same with the Wasteland, some Genesis worked until I got closer to like cross that bridge, and that was it. It was done. And then every single other one that I've tried works until I cross over the bridge to get close to Diamond City. Then all of a sudden there's just too much stuff going on and the list just becomes unstable. And it's like even if you're not going to do a full playthrough with the list, at least that should be your testing ground, right? It's like if I'm putting this all together, let me test in these scenarios, right? Let's see what it looks like in Diamond City. You can teleport yourself into Diamond City and see if it's gonna how stable it is there. You can teleport yourself over to the airport and see how stable it is over there. Teleport yourself down to Quincy and see what it's like over there. Shoot, Corvega. Just go to Corvega and see how stable it still is. Because right there, that seems to be right on the edge of it, right? You're good to go until you get to Corvega, and then once you decide I'm going to do Corvega and go further south towards Diamond City, that's it. You're done. That's when the list starts to just fall apart. And it's like, I understand, these games, they take 80 to 100 hours to get through. So, yeah, especially with all these extra quests and everything like that. So, yeah, you can't put together a list and then all of a sudden you say, okay, I can't post it till I play 100 hours. I know. But you know what? Do the the console commands and put yourself in populated areas and see how your list works then. And if it's stable and it's running just fine, right? And, you know, you can add certain things and do certain things and get yourself like 2 or 3 companions and then a couple of quest lines going all at the same time, and the list is still stable, then you got yourself something. Okay, guys. Well, once again, this is the end of the road for us. This is the end of the road for Ash Lotus. I'm sorry to say. It'll be, if I do come back to it, it'll be a couple of weeks, right? I've spent most of the day trying to get mods in and out of this thing, trying to get it to go. And yeah, I've been working on this thing for 4 or 5 hours almost now. And this is where we're at. And it ain't worth it. It really isn't. And it's just a shame. Okay, guys. My apologies, but if you're liking the content, let me know. If you, like I said, anybody that's got it to work, tell me what you did to get it to work. And then if you tell me it just worked right out of the box because my computer is a supercomputer, then great for you. Okay? I want to hear from people with a regular computer, that's 2 years old or whatever. Are you getting it to work? And if so, did you have to reduce anything, take something off? What happened? And then remember, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. All right, guys. Peace.